clicked the button.
The what?
I clicked the button.
Yeah, friend did not understand a lot of fucking references in that movie, and we were just there like, oh no.
We're like, oh no.
She's not understanding it.
Yeah, she's a doop doop.
It
She's a
is
doop-doop.
kind of her own fault for not watching content about Minecraft at all, because there were obviously references and stuff.
Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, crafty people, TomBoy here. I'm here with Nate, SkySweet, and Stevie.
Hello.
I think
Guys, either being...
I think SkySweet's just gonna be quiet. I think she's just listening in.
Yeah.
that or the mic ain't working. We don't know.
Oh, that could be, yeah. Because I was going to say, yeah.
She said her mic wasn't working, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sorry about that, Sky.
Let me, looky. Hang on. I'm doing a looky.
Okie dokie.
Guys, typing in that chat. Hang on.
I don't even know what the layer this is.
She do be typing in text only, so once it's sent, I'll.
Don't you hate it when you make a layer and you have no idea what layer it belonged to?
That's why you label them! What?
Never!
Oh.
There's a Martin.
Hi, Martin.
Hey, Martin.
Hi. Noticed that the stream was started.
Yeah.
Yay, people joining. I have people that care.
Hey, easy there,
It's a
Mary.
small amount, but I will take it.
Yeah, we hear you.
Anyway, I'm gonna
So,
draw.
you guys.
I'm gonna draw. I'm still doing sketches here and whatnot. I want to draw the Crafty Crew hero brand with his diamond.
Ah.
Nice.
I figured that would be cute.
No, Sky, we can't hear you.
Oh, she talk. Yeah, we don't hear you.
We can't hear you on Discord at all. Apparently your stream was saying you were playing Minecraft, Mary.
What?
It was saying you were trying to play Minecraft.
I shouldn't say that.
Sky's mic is giving them trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and it says that you are drawing stuff, so
Yeah,
I think it's probably on your end, Pink.
Because I did switch it. It does say draw art.
It does say TomBoy stuff. Art, chatting, Crafty Crew, Let's Play, SMP, English, art, drawing, art, chatting.
Yeah, that's just the typical things that she puts there, so.
Yeah.
How was everyone's weekend?
Good.
Dude! You already
Go on,
know
Nate.
my emotional poster for the week.
I was bombarded, and my husband says we're gonna go see the Minecraft movie. I'm like, fuck. My son didn't want to go. He's not a big fan of dark theaters, so he didn't want to go. So my dad watched them while me, my husband, and Jamie went to go see the Minecraft movie.
Oh yeah.
I saw it Friday, so I saw it release day.
Joe even grabbed the little Jack Black plushie. I know it's a Steve plushie, but it's Jack Black.
Yeah.
And Jamie brought her little dog, which was named Dennis, and I found out why it was named Dennis. That's a dog's name in the movie. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Oh.
So.
Honestly,
She got
happy. Give too many spoilers, because it is literally 4 days after. Like,
it's just the name of the dog. It's named Dennis.
Yeah, I know. But I
yeah.
don't want you getting carried away with the talkies.
But I'm like, like you were saying earlier, everyone knows like a few spoilers, but they don't change the plot of it, like you said with Technoblade.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was leaked massively before the movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends that have done pirating, And it turns out the pirate link that's been going around literally everywhere for the Minecraft movie was the unfinished, leaked version. So, like, halfway through, the CGI is just not working. At the end of the movie, I can't speak of that. Never mind.
Yeah. I
But yeah,
actually
no,
heard
a
about
lot of
that.
stuff is, a lot of stuff is unedited, and there's even scenes that are no longer in the finished version.
Yeah.
Huh.
I heard that like people got so crazy in the theaters that the police were called.
Yeah,
Oh my
Pink,
God.
Pink mentioned about that in the
Mhm.
call, and I've actually seen part of the clips about that. It's just, come on, people.
Really, I guess
And
people kind of went, nah, not for me, kind of thing.
and then they all like would throw popcorn everywhere, and the theaters were just a mess.
Hmm.
Come on,
God, I admit
I've
there's
seen the
some
movie.
moments-
I would not watch it a second time. I was not a big fan of it.
Yeah, no, it's not very rewatchable.
No, yeah.
Not only that, but if you're like me and my friend group, keep in mind, 4 of them are very much not asexual. And Mary will know when I say there are specific scenes where we were all just cringing in our seats. Just like, why is
Ooh.
this happening? Mary, do not spill the beans on that.
Mm.
You probably know exactly what I'm on about when she's like, why is this here?
Mhm.
I will say one thing though, and I won't spoil this. I will say the tribute to a certain someone was nice.
Mhm.
That's very much leaked mine. You can say it is.
Yeah,
That was leaked before the movie even came out. I mean, Tommy in it on Captain's on the stream when they were at the London premiere, even asked the director, and the director confirmed it is there, so it's not actually a spoiler.
I know, but it's still a nice touch.
Apparently, it
Yeah.
wasn't going to be put in unless someone else mentioned you should put it in. That's what I heard.
I think they saw on social media a lot of people were like, I swear to God, if he's not referenced in this film, I will rage.
I will walk out.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were talking about walking out if legend, the myth, the pig was not mentioned in any way, shape, or form.
The myth,
So,
the legend, the myth.
but yeah, the film was interesting, to say the least. I have mental scars from that film.
Mhm.
Honestly, I can't say I blame you.
Mine, have you watched it yet?
I still think it should have been 3D animated.
No.
Mhm.
Agree. Look, here's the thing you need to know about me. I don't watch movies, but I do look at a lot of clips and listen to and I do listen in to what exactly the plot is. And I did also kind of have this one guy I listen to who mainly do subject about things that happen both in mainly the entertainment industry. He went on a sarcastic review that was so thick with sarcasm I had to clear my ears after he was done.
That's funny.
It's funny because holy shit, the guy really went for it. But yeah, I get the plot basically. So yeah.
I couldn't take anything seriously with that film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here.
I'm gonna just say it now. It didn't even feel finished, even though that was the finished version.
That's sad.
It is.
I don't know about you, Mary, but did it feel finished to you when you were watching it?
No, I did not like the lighting at all in this fucking movie. And it turns out
Oh my
they
God.
used live props, like all of the buildings that you saw, but they also mixed it in
Yeah.
with some 3D because the villagers' face were 3D, but the rest of their body was not.
You mean CGI?
Mhm.
They mix real
Yeah,
life with
CGI mixed with light, and I'm all like, I didn't like it.
Don't get me started on the lighting. No, like the whole film in itself didn't feel completely finished, in my opinion. Like
There was a
there
few
was
things.
so-
I'm like, how did they get to point A to point B? They went to A to C, and there's no B in the middle. You know, I'm all like, how they get from here
Well,
to
like,
there?
they state one thing will happen and something completely different happens. It's like they forgot they stated that thing would happen and they went, fuck it, let's do this instead.
Mm-hmm.
so it didn't feel very finished.
Mm-hmm.
Or very
Unfortunately.
natural. Or very
Mhm.
natural
It wasn't-
as a movie.
It did have a natural
wasn't-
flow to it.
Yeah, no, there wasn't natural point A's to point B's, so it wasn't a natural start to finish. It was very much thrown in info dump, info dump, info dump. And it was just like, it was over explaining itself at the same time, but not giving you enough and feeling empty.
It said everything and nothing at the same time, essentially.
Mm-hmm. I just it was over the top with some of the acting they were doing,
Oh my god.
and I did not like how. Again, I do not picture Steve as him. All right.
Bink said it should have been Tom Holland who played Steve, and I could see Tom Holland being a better Steve, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh yeah.
And even Berrigan agrees, but yeah, no, I think it would have been better with Tom Holland.
Here's the thing: when I heard that Jason Momoa was going to be in it, I'm like, oh, I could see him as Steve. He's strong. Could you picture Steve as someone strong who could carry fucking loads of gold in his inventory? And I'm like,
it turned out to be Jack Black.
come on. And then I heard Jack Black, and like, oh, you might be a side character. No, he was the main character. I'm like, and my husband bugs me. He says, well, that's what Steve's supposed to look like. I went, no.
No. What was annoying about the film for me mostly was the fact that there was too many characters for main protagonists. They weren't fleshed out enough as characters.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And Jason
Fair
Momoa's character just bugged the fuck out of me.
Yeah, no, it's some of the characters seemed like it would have been. You could have seen the film without those characters.
Mm-hmm.
Without
BRB.
telling spoilers, did they ever mention Herobrine in the movie at all as like a myth or something? That's for you to find out, Pink. That I ain't gonna say yes or no to that. That is just that you find out. Google it if you wanna. Up to you.
Were you going to say something, Stevie? I heard you were about to talk.
Sorry,
So
Stevie.
Stevie? Oh, she's muted.
Stevie.
Stevie?
Stevie.
Ah! Stevie's muted.
I guess
Stevie.
I'm guessing she had to go and do something. So we'll see. But yeah, there was just so many things they could have done different. A few less main characters. I think there should have just been two main character along with Steve,
Mm-hmm.
and work from there. I feel like just so many of the characters from how I see it and so on were just pushed in for, and people just like, yes, we have these character. Okay, why are they here? Don't know. We just put them here.
So what we already know, you see the Illagers in the trailer. You already know they're in there. But my problem was how they get out of that thing, because all of a sudden, from when they were in the little, the fighting spot, the next scene is them leaving. How did you get out?
Yeah, again, they didn't. My British pal and Hatsune Miku, I don't know if they'll ever release physical DVDs for the movie. I'm not going to. They'll probably put it on Netflix. Knowing everyone's like, it'll probably go on Netflix. They don't. Filmmakers don't really do physical DVDs anymore, really, do they?
They still release DVDs.
Okay, so it will be potentially DVD. I know there's a FNAF DVD.
Yeah, they still do that, but I don't think a lot of it's being produced more. But yeah.
No, they don't mass make DVDs like they used to. I'm like in that age category when I remember they made them in mass.
I remember the VHSs. We used to have a bunch
I remember the VHS.
I remember getting the VHS, and we would stack them and pretend they were parking lots for our toy cars.
Oh my god, whenever me and my sibling did that, Mum got so pissed off if we were playing with the VHS tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the films I vividly remember watching as a kid on VHS is Monsters Inc. So I know how VHS works.
I've watched the fuck out of what was that? Oh my god, Lost in Space.
Mm. Okay,
Mum has
you
a lot of them.
okay, you guys are gonna. The first one is gonna be an understandable one, but the second one you're gonna laugh at. So, there were two VHS movie me and my brother and my sister watched the hell out of. The first one was the first season of Thomas and Friends, except it was the Norwegian dubbed version.
Hmm.
And and here's the thing, unlike the English one, which has a male narrator, the Norwegian one has a female.
Hmm. I did not know that.
Believe me, it feels odd. Because when you go from the Norwegian one to the English one, you're just like, okay, this feels more natural than this.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one that I watched several times with was Barbie and the Swan Lake.
I remember that one. I never seen it, but I remember the commercials.
I've seen it multiple times.
Was that by choice or was that a sibling forcing you to?
No, I watched it multiple times.
He
Fair
liked
enough.
it. It was fine. My son
mean,
loves
here's the-
watching My Little Pony and
Here's the
Gabby's
thing.
Dollhouse.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of these movies, while somebody say, "Oh, they're for girls," I'm just like, yeah, but they have some good moments of them that really just fits with guys as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can understand the My Little Pony stuff. My little sister was like, she loved My Little Pony, like the ones with like Rainbow Dash, Twilight Sparkle,
Mm-hmm.
Rarity.
Yeah, that's Friendship is Magic.
Yeah, the Friendship is Magic. Thank you.
Hmm.
She was obsessed with it to the point where I actually got into it a bit. And I was like, you know what? Actually, I like Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, Rainbow Dash is my favorite.
Rainbow Dash is the only one I tolerate along. Actually, no, I can sum up my little sister with 2 MLPs. Fluttershy in public, Pinkie Pie at home.
There you go.
That is my little sister in a nutshell who lives with my dad. Literally her in a nutshell. Meanwhile, I'm just Rainbow.
Yeah.
There you go. Look,
But
Constantly,
yeah,
we got
constantly
Nova.
crashing into people, and you're using way too much speed.
Yeah.
Yep. But I do remember, like, making sure my little sister didn't sin, cause she showed me that she really enjoyed the Powerpuffs reboot, the Powerpuff Girls reboot, and I was like, nah. If I'm sitting down watching the show with you, we're watching the original. And Dad was like in his chair, he was like, I second that.
No,
I second that. We're watching the original. So Dad had alternate saves. I was like, we're watching the original, man. And we put it on, and she was like, this is so much better. I was like, yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's actual plot, there's actual story. The characters are actually characters, not trying to be parts of 2020 whatever. It's good. So I got it to like that one over the reboot.
Yeah. All right. Look, we got Diamond and Hero.
Cute.
This is when
But one day,
before the tragic thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
before tragedy struck,
Mm-hmm.
I'ma say this now, like, one day I'ma draw my hero and Diamond together and we can make comparisons. Just compare our diamonds and heroes. Cause oh my god, I still hate that. Oh, speaking of that, my mom found my own necklace with the rainbow horse last night. It's like from 2015. That would be Rainbow Dash Pink.
Yeah.
I keep checking my phone despite it being
I forgot she actually
on
has
the
a
mode
name.
make use.
How do you spell that name?
What name?
Jean. The Ender Dragon actually has a name. Her name is Jean. Is that how you spell it? Jean.
I mean, Jean has so many different ways of being spelled. It's unreal.
But in reality, Mojang actually has a name for the Ender Dragon, and it's Jean.
I'll Google the spelling for you.
Yeah. That was
Ender
her. That was
Dragon.
so basically I gave her. That was her original name.
You got the spelling right.
I did, yeah. And until she turned like this, then she called herself Ender.
Nice.
So she went from Jean to Ender.
To be fair, Ender suits her better.
Huh?
Mhm.
Ender
Ender
does
suits her
suit
better.
Yeah, Ender, yeah.
Yeah.
She became the goddess of destruction. Yeah.
That's actually a good way to remember the spelling. When you think of Jean, think of the name for pants. So
Yeah.
like denim jean.
It's spelled the same way.
Pink
Oh.
gave that advice.
Yeah, it's spelled the
It's
same
spelled
way
the
as
same way.
pants. I believe that's how they spelled it. Yeah, but that's how she.
Yeah, I'll call them. I keep forgetting in America it's called pants, like your trousers and stuff. Over here we call them trousers, joggers, whatever they are basically.
Yeah, you call them
And then
trousers.
pants are your underwear. So like your boxers, panties, bras.
Underwear, yeah.
That's your pants. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know why you guys flip words around sometimes. It's weird.
Yeah, you call
Oh yeah.
cookies biscuits. We call them cookies.
No, do not start that. I have told you several times there are differences between biscuits and cookies, and then scones.
We only have one word. We only have one word for it
What?
in Norwegian. Checks.
Fair enough. But there's differences.
But yeah, so today I had to say something that I'm kind of tempted to put into quote out of context, but I kind of want to also say it in person. Do you guys want to hear it?
Do it.
Look, I'm well aware your eyes up there, but I'm having a stare contest with your panties, and I think I'm winning.
I think I'm winning.
So blinking.
Oh my god, I lost!
Imagine losing.
Okay, do you want to know the context of it?
Yes, go on.
Essentially, one of the people I watched stream revealed one of her new models, and it also included some additional detail that she can change around with. And one of them was essentially her clothing, her basically making her clothing a little bit more different. And one of them just so happened to be a pair of panties that basically were made to look like her mascot. So they basically have their face on them. So when I say I'm having a staring contest, I'm literally having a staring contest with the panties.
There you go.
Don't question me. I'm already mad. Elsa, welcome back. Welcome back, Stevie.
Are you alright, Stevie?
Thank you.
You kind of like poof, like a fart in the wind there.
Just trying to do stuff that everybody in the house doesn't do once or so in a while.
Fair enough.
I see.
Hero Brent here. Hero Brent's
Another
gonna be
podcast
holding. He's basically choke holding. Steve. He's holding him up.
Now
might-
listen here, you little shit.
Yeah, listen here, you little shit. Basically.
I might actually have a good reference on my computer you could borrow if you
Let
want.
me see.
For that kind of pose. Hang on.
I'll
So
be
good.
AFK for a second again. Gotta check something.
All right.
Let me see if I can
Alright.
find it and send it to you.
Well, in the meantime, I'm
Because
gonna
I
try.
like sending.
I'm gonna try and do this by memory. I've done this once
Mhm.
before with a chokehold, but it was a Star Fox one where Wolf was holding Fox and he's pinning him against the wall. This one, he's just holding him up. He's not pinning him or anything. He's just holding him.
And I don't think this is the kind of vibe you want, but that's the one I have as a reference
Let
on
me
my
see.
computer.
Let me see. Oh my. No, that's not the exact. Because he's that one looks like he's holding and pulling. Because it's a bigger guy with a smaller guy.
Yeah.
Nate, what the fuck?
I realized after.
Hey,
In
I'm
my
back.
defense, I find random bases. I'm like, ooh, potential inspo later. There we go.
Yeah, I do that too. I have a whole
Exactly.
folder of nothing but that. And with other little spicy images that I will not say.
Context, Nate said something to Mary about pinning. I don't know what else, but
Profile pin to the wall. Also, Pink, I'm gonna say this now. Yes, like pretty much every household in the UK, if you have a grandma living in a house, there is a 99% chance that a fucking Bicky tin
Mhm.
is full of sewing equipment instead of fucking biscuits, cookies, or whatever. It is. I hate that betrayal. I have had that betrayal. I have literally gone. Grandma one time went, "Can you grab the biscuits from the cupboard, please? I have picked up the tin. I have opened the tin, only to find sewing equipment." And Grandma went, "You picked up the wrong one." Thanks, Grandma. This is the only one I saw.
Yeah.
I feel like for a moment you were debating whether to say the Norwegian word for cookies and biscuits and all that, and then just reconsidered.
Brains. Shrine. Pink is about to give Hatch one of those sins full of lols. Hatch would know the trauma if he's British.
Yeah.
That was Hatch's first stepping stone into villainy.
Every
That was
box
his
he
first
opened,
stepping
it
stone.
was just sewing equipment.
No.
Every cookie tin he opened, sewing equipment. That has to be some sort of villain arc reason.
I knew an old lady. She lived in the apartment building we used to take care of. Very old lady. I didn't know her husband, but her husband passed away way before she did. But she was a bit of a hoarder. And she liked doing Christmas decorations. I actually grabbed a couple of her Christmas decorations when she passed. But she had a bunch of the cookie tins. I'm looking at it and I shake it and it's metal against metal. I'm like, no, no cookies.
You didn't even have to fucking.
I didn't open it. I shook it. Here's this lady. I don't know what. After her husband died, she collected, hoarded bunch of shit. It took us months to clean out her apartment. She had no other relatives, but they're all in Sweden. They were in Sweden. So my dad ended up taking care of her because she was diagnosed with cancer. So her husband was gone. She had no one. So my dad helped her, and he had to take her to a hospice. So he remembers picking her up, and she was so light, picking her up because the cancer's done to her. And he took her. We kind of took care of her. We brought her stuff that she wanted from the house. You know, she wanted it in her room. She wanted some certain items with her, and I'm like, okay. So we did that, and after she passed, the apartment was just left there, you know, and she had 2 fucking cats. And so we were taking care of the cats. And eventually, after she passed, we had to set up traps to catch the cat because they didn't like people. So we ended up capturing them, and we ended up, you know, giving them to someone. But I remember feeding those cats. They would scatter, and they would go underneath all the stuff that she was a horrible hoarder. I thought I was bad because I would hoard little things here and there. I don't know if you've seen my shit. Mine's organized hoarding. Okay, hers is just chaos.
Yeah, yours is good.
Hers is chaos. There was a walk path to her bedroom and to the bathroom and up the stairs. Just a little walk path. I'm like, oh my god. How did this lady live? How did she not fall down the fucking stairs? But we ended up, you know, the family says whatever you guys want in the house, you could keep it. They didn't want anything. I guess they said no, don't ship anything over or nothing. So we ended up going through, and I grabbed a couple of Christmas items and some bags, Christmas bags that she made. All handmade Christmas bags from brown paper bags, and she would decorate them. It was all pretty, very nicely done. And during the yard sale of last year, I sold a whole bunch of them to a lady who donates personal hygiene to homeless people. There must have been 500 fucking bags in this one thing, and I gave them away for $5. I'm like, here you go, take them. So she took them, and she says, we're going to get us out during Christmas. It was like, perfect. And I'm like, that's perfect. Little Christmas bags. She signed every single one of them.
Oh.
Every single
That's
bag
nice.
had her signature and the year when she made it.
Oh.
I kept a few.
Of course.
But yeah, I was all like, damn. And me loving Christmas, so I'm going through all her stuff, and Dad says you can pick all the Christmas stuff you want. And I'm like, okay. So I got a big old box, and I grabbed a couple of the Christmas stuff she had.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me. What
Sorry, thanks to Pink's conversation about the sewing kits. I'm now
Yeah.
Proud Hatch, disappointed that there's no cookies.
I just wanted one.
Anyone? How you spell like choke hold? I need the word for choke. How you spell that? C-O.
No, it's
C-H-O.
Oh,
CH.
C-H. Oh, C-H. Choke hold. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking at a reference sheet here. I'm having an issue. Okay. There's one reference. There we go.
I need reference for choking. Sexual or non-sexual?
I know, right?
Well,
I
non-sexual,
no.
obviously.
I had to be very careful with that.
Choco threatening enemy. Sorry.
No threatening enemies. Yes,
Fuck,
but we
I
still
found
need
one.
the first part.
I found one, but it's reverse what I'm doing. The image, the person who's being choked is closer to you than farther away. I'm like, damn it. But it's close enough. I could use that. Okay. Excuse me. I'm gonna learn, because what you do is you do this round thing where you're trying to figure out the arm and the space. And also Photoshop is a godsend here. I love Photoshop because I've caught myself drawing on paper. I'm like, oh wait, I can't rotate the image or do anything with it. No, I have to erase my work. Because he's holding him. That's the elbow. Yeah, and that's the shoulder area. His head's gonna be here. Excuse me, I'm going into sketchy mode here. Sketchy mode. It's gonna be a little
She's being very sketchy.
very sketchy.
Sketchy sexy.
I usually, if you notice, I try to draw pretty clean sketches. This one, I'm doing very rough sketches now. It takes me back to when I used to do
Oh,
live
gosh darn it.
actual live drawing, where you had a model and you have to draw them quickly. They would stand there for a few seconds and then they'll move their pose. So you had to draw really, really quick. See, drawing them lower. Okay. And then he's gonna have arm holding. So it's a reaction for people to grab what's choking them. Because what you're trying to do, another reaction that some people do and movies don't really show, is someone's choking you, you tend to put your finger in their hand like that. You know? A lot of people don't show that in movies because they're trying to be dramatic, but our actual reaction you will actually be grabbing their fingers. But for a dramatic look, to make it look cool and stuff, they tend to skip that. Oh look, he's struggling. Just get your finger on your. If you could get your fingers in his thumb, it's the thumb. Go for the thumb. Any fingers you go for, as soon as you get that thumb off of someone, they no longer have a chokehold on you.
Yeah.
The more you know, people, the more you know.
Oh.
Also, I had the weirdest conversation, listening into a conversation earlier today.
What?
Was playing a game with this one guy who was clearly drunk. But he was basically ranting, and so he started talking about one of the things that came up was basically why most American male are circumcised.
Mm.
And I knew this one, but I
Why?
basically let him explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Kellogg's.
Oh yeah! Yeah, the owners of it was a Christian group.
Yeah. Fun fact, Kellogg basically advocated for circumcision to make younger male stop masturbating.
It didn't work, but they also tried to do it for females. They tried to pass it for females. Well, the problem is with females, you can't do it at birth. You have to wait until they're like 9, 10 years old to do it. Because other countries in Africa that do that to females. And they tried to pass the United States, but they decided not to because you don't do it at birth, and it's going to be, girls are going to be in pain, it's going to be much older, all that stuff. So they decided not to do it. Didn't pass for females. But with males, yeah, they did the whole, because the reason they did that back in the very old days too, even before they passed, they do it because people didn't do hygiene, and also they didn't clean themselves properly. That's another reason behind it why, if you don't, that's, I'm like, come on. I teach my son, because my son's not cut. So we make sure he knows how to clean himself, and that's all you gotta do is just clean yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little extra step, but I'm like, you can do it, son.
Hey Mary, if you look in fan art, you can see the drawing.
Yeah.
What drawing? Fan art? Let me see. Where is it?
What?
Which fan art?
The graded one.
Fan art channel.
Oh, there it is. Okay, creative channel.
Aww.
Grandma, why are there no... Ow! Is that a little hatch? With sewing needles! Why does his little hat look like a yarmulke? It's so
It's so perspective of the hat.
It's so cute, though.
I tried doing a different perspective with his hat, and it just didn't work out. I was like, you know what? F it. It works.
It still looks like a hat. I can see the little hat.
It looks like those little train conductor hats that they were doing.
Yeah.
The little tiny, yeah.
No, fuck it, that's what it is.
It's so cute.
Aww.
I don't even know what Child Hatch would look like, but there you go.
There you go. That's pretty close enough.
I just went, you know what? Round face. That'll do.
That's cute, though.
So, Tomboy, who's choking the guy in your drawing is what Pink says.
Oh, that's Hero Bren holding Steve.
Yeah.
It's Hero Bren holding him. Because a couple of times in the comic, he grabs a hold of him.
Okay.
Now, he knows he can't kill him. He discovers that he can't physically kill Steve for other fucking reason that he... At first, he's all like he didn't know why, but then he discovers why later, why he couldn't kill him. But he can't kill Steve.
Pink thought it was Hatch for some reason. Probably because we were talking about Hatch with the dreaded tin at the time.
Well, our conversation goes pretty much everywhere, so...
What happens when you have a bunch of people with undiagnosed or diagnosed ADHD, autism? This is what happens.
Might be autistic, but I fill all the categories. You know that whole thing, like in kids, and you see kids that do this in their seat? Like back and forth in the car? That was me.
Yeah.
That was me. And it's actually, apparently, that's one of the signs. But the thing is, my dad used to say, fucking stop it. Smack. And I stopped doing it because my dad would hit me.
Meanwhile, I was one of those that would bounce their leg in the car or like just
bounce,
go side to side. And yeah, no, I somehow was undiagnosed throughout school. And then my most recent doctor, who signed me off work for reasons, went, yeah, here's some links to go to help you get started on this journey of getting your autism diagnosed. I was just like, oh, okay, this doctor actually listened. Okay.
Give me that link, please.
So link, that's UK
Motherfucker.
only. I think it's something to do with right to choose, so I can choose basically the branch I would want to go with for getting my diagnosis, and it helps cut back the queue times a smidge in the UK.
I told you guys once when I went to someone who was supposed to help me, figure out if I had autism, and I told the guy I didn't want this prescription drugs because I didn't want to be on drugs. At this point, I was already in my late 20s. Kind of have a grasp. Mm-hmm. I kind of have a grasp on my problem. I kind of figured out, how to deal with it, right? And I told him I didn't want to be put on drugs. I just wanted to see if if I'm in the category. And he put down his notepad and pen, looked at me and said, then why do you want autism? I shit you not, that's what he said to me. I said this before. And I'm like, because he gets money from prescriptions. That's how these people get money, when they prescribe prescriptions for people. I didn't want it, because I've read side effects, and I was on a thing for ADHD, but I stopped eating. That was one of the side effects. I lost appetite. So I didn't want to, have any weird side effects, and I kind of got a grasp on it. I kind of been, doing pretty all right. My husband thinks I should go back to someone to figure out if I need any help, actually. But that whole interaction kind of turned me off, because he's all like, why do you want it? I'm like, dude, I don't fucking want it. I don't have a choice in the matter here. Do I or do I not have it?
My doctor, when I mentioned it, she was like, may I ask why you are seeking a diagnosis? I was like, well, I fall into the category quite a bit. Both my half-siblings have it. My mum shows signs. My dad shows signs. I'm already diagnosed with dyslexic. I have sensory overload. I get all this. She was like, yeah, here's the links. Yeah. But I thought you can't medicate autism. As far as I know, there's no medication for autism.
It's not autism specifically. It's the other, because you remember there's different categories that fit in it.
Yeah.
It helps with the other ones. So in a way, it sort of affects the other things as well. That's what they do. They give you some kind of prescription for it.
Guys, you need to hear this one from Pink Fox. The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of that bitch doctor.
What?
That's a good one.
I like that. The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of the bitch doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, most people end it at the audacity of that bitch. But the fact that Pink went that bitch doctor is even better.
That's good, Pink.
But the guys did diagnose me with depression, OCD, and anxiety.
Oh, my doctor officially diagnosed with anxiety because she needed to give me that diagnosis to prescribe me with anxiety pills. So now on my fit notes and sick notes, it will officially say anxiety disorder, not just anxieties. Mine is, hang on, because it's not generalized anxiety for me. It's, hang on, my medications tell me what type it is, because mine is my medication. I take it when needed, not every fucking day. Mine is acute situational anxiety. Pretty much.
I don't like this. This is pissing me off.
But they just put anxiety disorder on my thing, just to make it easier for other doctors. Because it is triggered by specific situations, like bus travel, going somewhere new I don't know, going to universal credit, which is a thing in the UK for basically money help. Going to work causes it, which is why I've been signed off. So, yes, why I've just been not working right
Every time I went to a new location before I finally was settled on this location where I'm working at, I would get, I would be going to the bathroom every 30 minutes because I got so anxious about my new surroundings.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't like this.
So finding new work gives me anxieties because I'm here like I don't know the sensory inputs I'm gonna get. I don't know what they're gonna be like with me, given that I'm trans. I don't know how they're gonna be with me, given the fact that I'm undiagnosed autistic or the fact that I'm dyslexic. I feel comfortable at my current workplace, despite the fact that it's giving me so much anxiety I need to be off. That I know the place, I know the sensory inputs I'm gonna get. I keep an eye on the time so I know when certain alarms go off. I know when the alarms are random, I know the phone calls are random. I'm used to those noises to a degree where I can tune them out if needed. If I go into a new work environment, I have to relearn all that.
I hate when the phone rang. When I was a security guard at a hospital, no thank you.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I've been signed off phones.
This thing's pissing me off. I don't want to look at it anymore. It's pissing me off.
I mean, I think I went into more detail in a private chat, but yeah, phones are a main trigger for my anxiety for reasons which I won't get into on stream because it's not very stream friendly.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
But yeah, yeah, just a bit. It's not stream friendly at all. So I'm sure if you've read my rants about it, you'll know.
No.
A lot of those rants, I do gloss them because you guys write so much. And I try to get key ones. I look at responses. I try to figure out because it's just so much reading. It's not like I don't care. It's just so much reading.
Yeah.
Mary, when I do a rant in the chat and there's a paragraph that I have a very valid reason for that paragraph given I'm a dyslexic as typing it.
Yeah. That's how I know when you're really upset. Like, oh shit.
Oh shit, there's a fucking rant and a half, Nate. Oh no! Something's bad. Like the whole rant
made by Nate, it's like a paragraph long. Oh shit. Nate
yeah,
means
or it's
business.
like just me. Or it's me updating something about my granddad in there. Just like, if it's bad or good news, like, the bad news has been overwritten with good news, so I'm happy about that at least. Yeah, but that was a scare and a half for about a week with us. God, he's just sending us through emotional roller coasters before he carks it, isn't he?
I mean, that probably would go in line with a lot of old people that I've seen.
Yeah.
Will you go quietly? No, I will cause as much anxiety for everyone around me.
Okay, let's just put it this way. My granddad has this gene.
Huh?
Sorry. Oh, I was just saying, my granddad has this genetic where, like, it comes from his side of the family. And I think it was his mum, so my great-grandma, I never met her, or my great-granddad on his side. I think it's them two, if not a generation beforehand, where they had doctors knock on the door and went, "Madam, why is your husband not dead yet?"
Oh my god.
Because this dude was literally outliving life expectancy after life expectancy after life expectancy. This dude had so many health complications and he was still alive. So we swear down, males on my granddad's side of the family just live out of spite of the doctors. She's like, fuck you, I'm living long now.
My grandfather was 93, 94 when he finally passed.
Oh.
Dear God, we would joke going that every time Death showed up, he would slap him. And he would walk, and Death will leave the house. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Grandpa.
I think my granddad's doing that. Just like, nope, not ready. Youngest grandchild isn't over 20.
There is actually one story I do remember of a British woman who essentially only drank Dr. Pepper. And basically, she was recommended by 3 doctors that because of how much she's drinking Dr. Pepper, she's gonna die young. And she outlived all 3 of them.
Wow.
Like, that is just the typical British response. If you do this, you're gonna die. No, I will survive simply to spite the fuck out of you.
Exactly what she did.
Yeah.
My grandma died very young at when back in 1989. No, 1998. And usually they say once your spouse dies, you die shortly after because of broken heart. He ended up
Uh-huh.
taking care of the lady next door to us. Her name was Anne, because her
Oh.
husband passed away around the same time, maybe a little earlier than my grandma. And so she moved in with my grandfather, and I didn't find out later that those two were actually a couple.
Aw.
They were, doing the nasty.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but
I'm
yeah,
like,
but frankly, that is the
okay,
best way that two could go about it. People with broken hearts
yeah.
finding a reason to continue on. It is
At,
understandable.
at the time, I didn't know. I just thought he was taking care of her because she was alone and stuff. And then I discovered that she was living there. I mean, I thought she went home to her house by the end of the
Oh
day.
my god.
But it turns out
Oh.
no. But I found out later. I thought it was cute, but at the time I didn't know. But she was so nice. So she was like another. Fuck my grandfather. Yeah, he kept her alive for another 20 years after that, because they were together for 20 years, a little over 20 years. Technically, they could have filed that they were married if they wanted to, joint, because how long they lived together. But they never got married. They just kind of were there for each other. I thought it was cute. I'm like, oh. Then I'm like, huh, when I found out. I'm like,
Yeah, there are some things that just makes you go, "What?"
why?
So I'm just having a convo of chatting with Pink in chat.
Okay.
Uh,
Your grandfather's still alive, right?
Yes, he turns 85 on May 4th, and yes, he likes Star Wars.
On May 4th.
Aw.
May the 4th. That's
Yep.
great.
that is cute.
I think my granddad has ultimate bragging rights right there. He's a Star Wars fan and born on May 4th. Jackpot. He'll
May the
probably,
4th be your birthday.
yeah, he'll probably whack me, but I will make him a Star Wars themed birthday card. He'll probably hit me with it as a joke. Like, the gentle tap with it.
Get him a lightsaber birthday card.
Yeah.
I'll
You,
draw it out fully.
honestly, what would have made it better? He's getting a card, he reads it, looks at you, and then just reach behind and pulls out a lightsaber.
The
I
force
wish
is
he had
strong
one.
with this one.
Nah, he'll probably pull out a compass instead, just like, no. Like those drawing compasses, just like, no. Or grab a fork. But, yeah, no, he was born May 4th, 1940. The easiest birthday for me to remember, like, anyone else's year of birth, apart from my
You're all
sibling that I live with, or mine, I don't remember. Granddad's, however, very easy, 1940, World War II.
There you go.
Yeah, I was about. You
Yeah.
okay, Stevie?
Oh, she
Tired.
she yawned the fuck there. Well, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
you were born in the year when the war broke out. Fuck.
War broke out in 1939, no, 1940.
Mhm.
Many people mistake that one.
But still, you're born right when the war started. Huh.
Yeah, he was born 1940, so that was fun.
My dad was born 1950, and my mom 1955.
I know my grandma was part of the baby boomer generation.
Yeah, my mom and
I
dad
just don't know what year.
are also boomers. I am a millennial, but I call myself the older millennial, because the jokes that they made were the ones who were younger before millennials got cut off there. I was born in 86, and it got cut off in 96. So, yeah.
So I'm in a weird situation where I'm either a millennial or a Gen X, and it keeps getting argued about, and I'm just standing here. Okay, then I'm ex-millennial.
I just joke that I'm an older Gen Z. The younger Gen Zs do not speak for me.
Yeah.
I was born 2001. Damn it! I do not associate with them born in 2008.
Yeah, it's funny. Both my parents were born 1960. Oh, cool. Um, what was that one? I knew someone that refused that she was a millennial. I'm not a millennial. No, I'm not. It's like, lady, I am 2 years older than you. You're a millennial.
Yep.
But she kept insisting, and it pissed me off.
No, I think it's funny because guess what? She'll be ashamed that she's not a millennial in her own life.
Mhm. Look, I don't mind being a millennial. Okay, now the boomers, even though they call millennials, it's now they're arguing about Gen Z, but they're not calling them Gen Z. They keep calling them millennials still
Mhm.
because they're so used to blaming the millennials. And my kids are now known as Alpha. They're the Alpha generation. So, and now this year, starting this year, it's known as the Beta generation.
Mm-hmm.
Though some people are debating it because Beta, they use that term to call males Alpha and then Beta males. They're trying to probably going to change the name to something else, but it's the Beta generation. Even my
Yeah.
even my sister, my sister's a millennial. She was born in 1990.
I'm sorry for laughing there.
Both of my siblings are Gen Z. Because sibling I live with is 2005, but then sibling I don't live with, I think is, hang on, I was 7 when she was born. 2008.
Yeah.
Pink said alpha and beta. Isn't that something you see with wolves or something?
Yeah, but they also
That-
alpha means also because when you say something is an alpha means it's the first one, and beta means it's the one
Alpha is
after.
not the-
You ever heard of alpha? It's like the alpha, like Minecraft was in beta mode for a long time. There was an alpha mode,
anyway.
so they use
When
that
it comes to
term as well.
wolves,
But
the alpha is the leader to the pack. Betas are like the lowest rank. No, omegas are the lowest rank.
Omega is the lowest.
Yeah, beta is like somewhere in between. You know, when people say alpha male, they mean toxic masculine.
Yeah. Oh, I'm alpha. No, you're not. You're a bitch. That's another way of them
Guys
saying
said
they're a
their
bitch.
brother's also a millennial.
Yeah, very quickly way of saying it too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to hold.
It's quite funny that there's a whole generation called alpha.
Yeah, there's a whole generation called Alpha, and my kids are part of it.
Uh-huh.
Your kids want a few of the smart ones.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I don't know. My daughter's being fucking sassy as shit.
I bet yes, she's smart.
Yeah, she is smart.
Mm.
That's where it counts.
She's smarter than she should be. But Jesus Christ, lady. Though she likes to test my
Well,
patience.
That's just kids in general, to be honest.
Yeah.
If I've had so many kids I've had to deal with while I was working in kindergarten who was basically trying to be smart with me, and usually I could just beat them in that game by just being confusing as fuck.
So you gotta be. It's confusing.
Like they say I will not do this because I'm smarter than you, and then I just go, okay, and then I just give them a random question that is just completely out of their league. And then they will say, give me a different question, and I will give them a harder one.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I will just say something like crazy, like, you have 5 ducks. on those 5 ducks make 5 eggs, but the rabbits decide that the eggs are not actually eggs, but actually their children. How many bunnies do you need in order to make a Pepsi?
Ah, 10.
Yeah, and that just breaks them completely. They forget what they were supposed to do and ask me if I'm okay. I just go, I don't know. Why are we having this argument?
I knew this one. Like, what color egg does a purple elephant lay?
I don't give two shits about makeup, so don't ask me.
It's okay.
Yeah, Sky, Gen Z is from 1997 to 2012, so your niece is a Gen Z, just one of the baby Gen Zs.
Oh,
She's one of the last ones.
little itty bitty baby. Just a baby pinch those little cheeks. Ah, they pinch back.
Well, Birkin, what? If you were born between 1997 and 2012, you're a Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
I was born 2001, I'm a Gen Z. I'm one of the older Gen Zs. I was born within the first 4 years. Almost 5. But no, I was like, nah, I'm coming out before! I went out before the 5-year mark.
I refuse to be born in this generation.
Too bad. Would it be at the very start of the year? So as soon as it hits New Year's Day, that's when the new generation starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting
okay, then
this year, January 1st is beta.
Okay, Birkin, you literally just scraped into Gen Z. Birkin's one of the oldest Gen Zers. So, yep. Most people here are probably Gen Z, roughly.
Yeah, I think mostly my fan base.
What the heck?
What?
I mean, with the fans.
I don't know if that was my end, but it just sounded like we connected a second.
Yeah, it would have been your end.
Why is there an echo
Stevie,
now?
you're echoing.
Yeah, I heard it too.
Stevie.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, because my
Hold on. It's gone.
Might be. If I scream down my mic really loud, we might hear it on Stevie's end.
I can't do that because I will have so many people downstairs wondering what the fuck I'm on this time.
I'm not googling stuff. Had up. Wait, so. Okay, I'm now confusion. Because according to Google, Gen Z ends in 2012, right? But Gen Alpha starts in 2010. What?
Let me see.
Yeah, like I've said before, it's a constant argument between people.
It starts at 2010 to 2024.
If you Google Gen Z just straight up, it tells me
Gen Z.
1997 to 2012.
Yeah.
Where is the...
Oh, you're
What?
right. Where is the 10? Alpha should be...
I don't know, Pink.
Oh, it's actually, it's overlapping.
Okay, why is this AI thing here?
People born in 10 are considered to be Gen Z, Generation Alpha, where source places firmly in Gen Z, while others consider them early Alpha. There's a 2-year gap. There's a 2-year gap overlay here.
so weird because now, like, without the AI, I've scrolled down a bit to what's Gen Z's age range. It says 1995 to 2012. Gen Alpha, 2013 to 2025.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, why the hell are we getting so many different answers?
I don't know.
Yeah, again, I'm getting 2010 to 2024. I'm so confused. Why are they overlapping? That's without the AI thing. No, Gen Z is not 2001 to 2020. I have friends born in the 1990s, like late 1990s, that are Gen Z.
Yeah, it's saying that they're actually sharing. There's actually here it is. While Gen Z and Alpha, okay, Gen Z is 1995 to 2012. Gen Alpha born 2013 to 2025.
It's also
That's
saying
weird though, because
that
beta just started this year. It can't be 2025. It's 2024.
yeah, and multiple sources can't decide when Gen Alpha was born first.
Yeah, it's saying there's a period of
Yeah.
overlap, partly in the early 2010s, where the youngest member of Gen Z and the oldest of Gen Alpha share semi experience and characteristics. That's why they're saying, because how the generations sharing both characteristics. That's why
I
there's
like
an
how
overlap.
Pink is like, what? Pink says, what the hell is Google smoking then? And my instant reaction was wacky backy.
Wacky backy.
Yeah, that's a wacky backy crappy wacky.
Yeah,
Wacky
that's wacky
backy,
backy right there.
skies on the copy.
Yeah, but that's what's happening because generations are usually show during the silent generation that
Yeah.
was
Mhm.
1920s. The silent, because
Mhm.
it's silent movies. Now other generations, I guess they're saying, can overlap each other, like what's going on with Alpha and Gen Z. There's an overlap of 2 years that they're sharing the same kind of generation in a way.
Yes.
Like what's been going on. So that's why there's this gap or this overlay of the year, that 2 year overlay.
AI, fuck off.
AI on the car, AI on the car. Fuck off.
Oh shit! My granddad is part of the silent generation because that they're born from 1925 to 1945.
Mm-hmm.
My granddad's part of that generation, and there's my grandma.
He's
as a
older than
baby boomer.
boomers.
Yep. He's older than my grandma, so it makes sense. I need to know, do y'all have a dollar store? Dollar stores, what are they like? Because I don't know how to answer that.
They're those ones that they're very cheap. They're usually $1 under. They're like that. I don't know what $1 is in the UK.
Pounds.
Pounds.
We have Poundland, but it was originally everything is up to £1 in a Poundland store.
Yeah, pounds.
However, they started going up in prices because of inflation and all that.
Mhm.
So it's no longer just it's still cheap as. Like, you can go in there, get a Monster energy drink for less than what you
we
get in
still
a
have a
store.
Dollar Tree, but everything's $1.25. Anyway, Tom, what generation are you? I am early a millennial. We were talking about alpha, so
I was gonna say, alpha.
I'm an early millennial.
Yeah, we do technically have a dollar store. It's just called Poundland over here. Also,
I'm just a bit.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure I'm classified as a millennial Z. Because of the constant argument over what year exactly is the end of millennial and what year is beginning of Gen Z, I'll just say Millennium Z. That's how it is. If you want to argue with me, be my guest. I'm gonna give you a headache.
Shows at Poundland.
Yeah, no, Poundland is not a myth. It is real. And another thing is, we don't add taxes at the till. We add taxes to the price you see. So the price tag you see is the price you're paying.
That's
at
what
till.
we need to fucking do here.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's where
Christ, I am so sick of the fucking taxes after.
Yeah, that's
You
what
guys have the same
everyone
mental
does.
math hurdles. You like everyone in the EU do it. Like it's common practice over here. And like I talked to EFG, which is an online American friend, and they were like, "Yeah, apparently the government can't be asked to do it because there's too many states." I'm here like, what? You can go to multiple different stores in this country and find the same thing for different fucking prices, but the till price stays the same when you go to scan it. It is that price that the label said. So make that make sense,
I
America.
know. Because every
I mean,
state has different taxes.
Yeah, just add it.
yeah,
I'm
add
pretty
it
sure
on.
I'm pretty sure London has different taxes to down south, but they still add it to the price tag.
Just hearing,
You
yeah,
know?
Britain. Yeah, the British have a different tax down south. Britain personified. Hey, I don't talk about my southern part like that.
Like that. Oh my god, the UK actually does something good for once. Love you, Pink. But oh my god. Yeah, no,
Cute
it's so
painting.
weird here in how the US works compared to UK. It is genuinely weird for me because I'm just like, wait, it's not as straightforward over there.
No, it's not.
It's straightforward over there. It doesn't make sense.
Nothing. I was born and raised here, and it still doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I mean, I had an argument with them the other day about it either being called a path or a sidewalk. Or
We call
a
it
pavement or a sidewalk.
we call it pavement or sidewalk.
Yeah, we just call it pavement or walk there.
And then there's, of course, the most infamous part. You call a liquid gas.
Oh, gasoline.
Yeah.
Petrol.
No one here calls it fucking petrol.
It's short for petroleum, which is what they put. Oh, shut up.
I actually quite enjoy listening to you suffering.
But I'm shutting up before I start wars.
I'm gonna start war in this Discord chat. Ah!
Wouldn't be the first one. And
God.
both of you sit down. Us Scandinavian is little reason why most of you guys are the way you are.
Yeah, true.
Be having an upset stomach. Ugh.
No.
Yeah. I mean, just with the UK, the prices are what they say they are. Simple as that. You don't have to worry about any mental math gymnastics as you go to a till.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Kinda wish
Oh, yeah.
they do it here.
Oh, and yeah, I also had to do my. I had to check on my taxes a couple of days ago.
Yay!
I had to pay back 44 kroners. Which you want to know how much I have to actually pay them?
Mm.
None.
Mm.
Because if it's beneath 100 kroner, which is $10, you don't have to pay anything because it's such a small number.
Mm. Nope, the IRS here goes, no, you owe us a penny, give it.
Yeah.
You owe us a penny.
Of course, expensive petroleum.
Where's one? Pronouns for a second. Oh, that's great. Yes, you need to pay 4 pronouns. Good sir. Pink misheard you, by the way, and thought you said pronouns. Also, I'm pretty sure taxes over here are automated unless you're a self-business or whatever it is.
Yeah, business
Like
owner.
Yeah, unless you're like a business owner or an independent from home business, you don't have to do taxes because it's all automated.
Mm.
Like, for example, I can't be taxed legally due to how little I earn. We have to earn a certain amount literally every month and have it stably earning that amount before they can start taxing
think
us, and it takes 3 months before they do.
Here, you have to be making like over maybe $500 or something like a year to actually file for your taxes.
Wait, 500 a year?
If you make over 500 a year, you have to file it in the you have to report it.
So literally just 500.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep. And the thing is, I don't make that much because it fluctuates on here, on Twitch. That I don't even hit it.
Same. I know when it comes to official work earnings, you have to earn I think over £1,200 before they can tax you. So I'm yet to be taxed.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, hydrate, bitch.
Yeah, you gotta hydrate it.
I mean, Pink actually has a valid question. If someone makes $501 a year, do they get taxed $1?
Probably.
Knowing the
likely.
IRS.
Knowing the IRS.
Oh
yeah.
my.
The IRS, the one thing that everyone fears.
Even the Joker. Joker will take on Batman, but the IRS? No, thank you.
Are you planning on finishing around 8 again, Mary?
Yeah.
Well, whatever time it's be. Cool. So you got 9 minutes.
3. It'd be 3 for me. It'd be 1 or so for TomBoy.
No, it'll be 12.
Thanks for converting.
Oh, 12
it will
by
be-
3 hours.
And it will be 9 for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
guys, go look at freaking memes.
I'm gonna look.
Oh,
Let
man.
me look my butt off on this.
Let me see. Where's the memes? Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Look, I was already looking.
why?
I mean, it's accurate.
Mm.
No.
Get
That's
out.
not. Yeah,
Get
God
out.
damn it.
please get out.
Who did the whole little bowl of Steve's? What the fuck?
What?
Little bowl of Steve's. What the fuck?
There's
How the
Solid did.
How to hug someone's neck when they're being stupid?
Okay, they posted another one. 99% of ramblers quit right before they conceive of a contrary thought. Keep talking!
What? What? Wording.
Wording needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Words don't words.
I hope
sometimes
I made
be
it sound like a voice actor at that because, like, I sounded like that a second.
It's all good, Stevie.
Bloody
Oh, mine was voided.
Moided.
hell.
Yeah, no, there's a no meme that got voided because of coyotes.
Moided.
Oh,
What the fuck? Damn, Cody's got another one. I'm like, no. Poor fella.
you sure that's literally how it would look? Oh, God. They don't even wear this tie.
Here's Mindy.
Yeah, Mindy.
It's funny. I made her before they made Alex, and you know what's fucking hilarious? I almost named her Alex because it was a gender neutral name. I almost named her Alex years before they added Alex in.
I think Mindy Alex be like Alex as her middle name.
Mm-hmm. But no, I decided I put Alex into the comic because she does a different role in The Awakening. She's there. But I thought that was funny. I added Mindy before Alex was actually part, and I was actually debating to use Alex, but for some reason Mindy kept popping into my head. I'm like, I like that name. How many Mindys do you know?
I mean, Mindy is a pretty accurate name, and it does sound cute, so yes.
Hey, Mary.
Yeah?
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Where did you come
No.
from, Cotton Eye Joe? God damn it.
Yes.
You thought you would make it the entire stream. You were wrong.
I literally thought that Fuzzy would probably do that.
We did it for her.
Damn it, Fuzzy!
I did it unprompted.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, there's 5 minutes left. She can't go to a stream without being done. Like this. Nah. If I'm here, I make sure that don't happen.
I'm gonna wait this freaking meme.
Oh, is
Love
it
is
the
dead,
same one?
never existed. All you did was betray me as I lay sick and festering. You are the definition of dread. Are you okay? My cat stole my garlic bread.
No!
Oh no, not the garlic bread.
Not the garlic bread.
I hope that was accurate on that one.
On point.
Mindy is
Are you-
a born, so she's got a little belly button.
Hmm.
She's got a belly button.
Midley button. Pink said
Mindy
Tomboy
be
glad-
windy.
Tomboy, be glad you weren't one of those people who spell Mindy with 4 silent X's and 7 E's.
There's someone in the world right now that name exists.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel sorry for that person.
It was funny when I named my daughter. I was telling my in-laws her name was Jamie, and how I spelled her name. They literally thought I was naming her Jaime, because in Spanish the J is an H sound. So they thought I was naming my daughter Jaime.
Nope.
No, it's Jamie.
I mean, it's understandable confusion for them, to be fair.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
So why are you naming our grandchild lad? Wait!
Excuse you.
Yes.
Gotta give Mindy a little bit of birthing hips. Come on.
Gotta make them thick.
Gotta make them thick.
Yeah, you came in at the end time for the top. I say that, Ghost.
Hey
Got-
guys,
got- What?
just re.
Oh. Let me look.
I have seen the meme. I'm not reading this meme out loud.
Oh. Fun Pink again on the freaking memes. What the hell is that friend passionate about? My parents trying to figure out what to get me for Christmas.
Me trying to get Tomboy a gift for Christmas. There's no hair brand body pillow available.
Yeah.
My parents are trying to figure out what to get me for Christmas.
Ghost is asking if you're gonna raid out.
Yeah.
Who am I rating? Who's on?
Ghost, you need to give the Mary a target for the raid.
Well, there's Witcher Galmo.
Mag ain't online at the moment, so. Oh, go sec, give me a sec. He was. Okay. I think Pink said the person. In 5 feet goes for Congress. This is like a PS2 screenshot. Oh my god.
Here's Mindy wears this on her left because she's right-handed, so she's able to protect herself as she's doing something small.
Yeah.
So her little leather armor is just on one side instead of the other side. So she has a special little leather armor that she wears.
Nice.
But yeah.
Motherfuckers!
Now we have not heard that in a long time.
I know.
That is true.
Let me save everything. What did I draw? I drew Mindy. I drew these two cuties. I drew this. Pissed me off. And then I drew Herobrine, and you see Steve and Mindy looking behind him because Herobrine's behind him. Like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
He does that a lot, by the way. He fucking stalks him a lot in the comic and just fucks with them.
Uh-huh.
Because he knows where Steve is going. He just kind of messes with him.
Baby wed.
Alright, let's see. This person. Copy.
Yep.
Let's see. / raid. And the person's name. Hang on. It's creating.
Yep.
Whole bunch of people joining. 6 viewers. Anyone else? No. Raid now. Raid! Well,
Yes, already mentioned.
well, until next time,
Yeah.
y'all stay crafty. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
already done.
Bye.